And I just also have some general questions about your music. I had a chance to listen to some of your songs that are on YouTube as well as online. And so I understand, Danny, that your group was kind of the brainchild between you and Matthew Puckett. Is that correct?
Matthew Puckett, yes, based in Los Angeles. Yes, he's a fantastic producer.
And Danny, you had two albums so far, right? Now, the first one
Correct.
is What's Normal is Weird.
Correct.
And the second one was Sin of Life, right?
Sin of Life, yes, correct. Life like a movie.
What struck me when I got a chance really to listen to both of your albums, and also I guess an early, I don't know if this is correct to say an early demo, but the song about Audrey Hepburn, so I don't know if you...
Oh, yeah, that's an early demo that's actually, it's on YouTube temporarily, but yeah, we're going to be adding some more instrumentation on there, like some cellos and all that good stuff.
What I really liked of it is the diversity of sounds, like the diversity of influences.
Thank you very
Sometimes I
much.
heard like 70s era Bob Dylan.
Thank you.
Then I even heard this is off the first album, Congressman, right?
Congressman, yes.
Which has a social message to it, which I think is great.
Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of like maybe the Barry McGuire, Year of Destruction kind of feel to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's telling a story. So again, you're drawing on the whole spectrum of artists and inspirations. Who are specifically some of the musicians that really moved you?
Well, I love all types of musicians. I love Jonathan Richman, who is the guy who played the guitar throughout the Something About Mary movies.
Right,
He's a big inspiration for me because he kind of rides the line between like sentiment and like humor. And then I love Velvet Underground. But I
can see that influence too, yeah.
Thank you. And then I'd say my precipitous of like my creation of creating Danny Fingers and Thumbs and this whole alter ego that I've created to manifest this whole project was the Pixies initially.
Frank Black.
Frank Black, and Frank Black, the Pixies, all that kind of stuff. The first time I heard Doolittle, it really kind of changed my whole perspective on things.
I see, and also you also work with writing comedy too. I mean, what's the point of intersection between that and maybe sometimes writing lyrics for your songs? Or how does it inform sometimes the creation of some of your songs?
Well, that's great. Yes, I actually did comedy for a good 8 years or more, and I'm actually getting a lot more into the comedy as well. Even though the band's kind of taken off more than it has ever taken off, but. Yeah, I did comedy for, over at the Hollywood Improv and the Laugh Factory and the Comedy Store, intermittently between sets of uber famous people in LA.
And can you tell me something about some of the musicians that are playing with you? And I know Zach Gross is Berkeley trained guitarist, right? I heard, I think it was maybe a guitar solo or a riff in the song. Was it And?
Yes.
It's really impressive.
Yes, and that was actually credited to Matthew Puckett, who co-produced both albums that I've put out. But the skill set of Zachary Gross is absolutely undeniable. It's pretty insane.
Now, how did, in terms of turn of events, you guys wound up opening up for Rufus Wainwright too, who really liked your album.
Well, what happened with that? It was absolutely unbelievable. So I've had like an optimism about the music and like my perspective for quite a period of time, and I was actually almost right by the Chelsea Hotel, which Rufus Wainwright has actually lived at the Chelsea Hotel for a period of years, and I said, "Oh, that's Rufus Wainwright," and I go, "Oh my God!" And then I was there, and then I was like, "Oh my God, I have to give him a CD." So I reached into my backpack and I literally ran down probably 20 or 30 feet down the street. I was like, "Oh, hey man, what's up?" And then like I gave him a CD, and there was like this instant like weird little eye connection I felt like I had with him. Gave him the CD, didn't think about it. I've given it to a lot of people, and then about 2 months later, he talked about me on BBC Radio, calling it his album of the summer and all this kind of stuff, and brilliant and all this kind of stuff. And later going to Canadian Press and calling it like his top 5 pop albums, with Bjork being the first, second, Prince, Danny Fingers and Thumbs third.